how to 10x your cold outbound conversions using lead scoring with clay.com. Now, the goal of today's video is to create a scoring model that will help you prioritize your leads so you can 10 times your conversion rates. Now, the reason why I know this works is because in the last 30 days, I have a B2B client who has closed over 19K in business, and this was in our campaign's first month. So that was in the first 30 days. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Isaac Wood. I'm the founder of lovergrowth.io. We're a cold outbound agency, so we're in the trenches doing this every single day. In this video, I'm gonna go through a couple things. First, we're gonna talk about why you should be scoring leads in the first place, and then I'm actually gonna go through a live workflow showing you how we do it inside of Clay. Now let's dive into it. So the big upshot here, like why do you actually wanna do this? You know, there's a lot of reasons, but you can bucket them into these 4 categories here, right? First, better resource allocation. So that means that you have a sales team or you have resources who are going to be doing your outbound. They have limitations on their bandwidth, right? Everybody only has 24 hours in a day. So if they're spending their time figuring out exactly who to be reaching out to, then that's going to be time that they're not spent selling. So when you have a list that's already scored, that allows you to then just give it to them and they can then prioritize accordingly, right? So they don't have to think, hey, should I hit up lead A or lead B first? They just go top to bottom based on the quality of that lead. So that's the first reason. The next is just better lead qualification in general, right? So again, if you're not reaching out to anybody who's like an okay or a bad fit, then that means that all of the leads that you're actually spending any time with are going to be better quality fits for your business. So this allows better qualified leads, which again, it leads to this one here, which is increased conversion rates. So increased conversion rates when you're talking to cold leads is typically 10 to 20%, shooting for at least 20% on cold closes. When you're having calls with bad fit leads or even just spending time inbox managing or handling replies from leads who are subpar, that's just, again, taking away some of your resources. And so you're spending time on people who are not going to close, or if they do, they're not going to be a great fit for you. And so if you just cut out all the fat, you're going to have more time, more resources to convert, and as a result, your conversion rates will be better. That leads into shorter sales cycles. So if you're only speaking with people who you know you can help, who are a really great fit, that's going to be a shorter sales cycle because it's going to fit into their playbook more simply as well. So those are just a couple of reasons. So let's actually dive into a live workflow. So this is kind of the step-by-step of how we're going to go about it today. But first, we're going to use an example company, and we're going to go and review their best case studies. Usually the case study lookalike is a bread and butter way that will develop an ideal customer profile, which is the next step here. From there, we'll just build a scoring model with ChatGPT inside of clay.com, and then we'll just have a couple basic prioritizations based on that lead score. So let's dive into it. So the first case here is finding some case studies. So I did a little research before this. I found this company called Casted. They're offering an audio and video content marketing platform for enterprise brands. They were founded in 2019 and they raised $1 million in the last 6 days. So congrats to them. We're gonna help them figure out who exactly they should be reaching out to. So I went into their website here. We can kind of click around for a bit just to see what's going on. Create more content, grow your audience, and find the right customers, right? So that's pretty much their value prop here is help their customers make more money. So we have a nice little case study here from head of marketing at Bolster, which we might be leveraging in a bit. But let's click around and find a good case study. All right, so it looks like they have a customer story here. So this is going to be through Cheetah Digital. And so let's just simply go into chat and start doing some analysis. So first we'll have it go and find, just like learn about the company. So just read this website and understand what they do, include the LinkedIn, or excuse me, the domain. So we're gonna get a nice little summary here. And so What we'll do next is say, okay, here's a little case study. Break it down for me. So we're going to just talk to chat a little bit to get a better understanding for who this Cheetah Digital is. And we'll use that then to build out our ideal customer profile. All right, cool. So this helped them add $3 million in revenue to their business, which contributed to significant ROI. So that's a pretty good case study. So I want to know more about Cheetah Digital. I want to know what industry they are in, how big they are, where they're located, and what types of customers they serve. It's probably going to tell us that we need to go find them or provide some more context, but let's see. So it's telling us they're part of Marigold, a global leader in customer engagement solutions. And they work with a lot of different industries. They have a global presence. They have 500 employees. All right, so let's go like verify this by going to LinkedIn. Just find Cheetah Digital on LinkedIn. Just Google it. Makes it super simple. So let's see. It's about right. All right, 385, not quite 500, but it's close. That's fine. Okay, so now let's say, hey, let's do to build an ideal customer profile based on Cheetah Digital. Here's more context on their business. And I'm going to include their LinkedIn. So this is not right. We want to say we want to build an ideal customer profile for Casted based on Cheetah Digital. There we go. All right. So after a quick update, we now have a few main data points for our ideal customer profile. So we have industry, so that's going to be enterprise businesses in marketing, SaaS, or B2B sectors, particularly those heavily reliant on content marketing, customer engagement, and personalization. Mid to large companies that need marketing automation, global presence with a focus on the US, UK, Germany, Japan, and then pain points. So they want to be streamlining their multimedia content, improving audience engagement, and optimizing marketing ROI through personalization and data-driven insights. So now let's find some keywords. So the reason why we want to find some keywords that could be related to this business is going to help us do our lead scoring. So when we're scoring the leads, there's a bunch of different ways you can go about this, but one of the more common ways to do it is do keyword lookups. So based on whatever available data you have, you can look up against that available data for the keyword, right? So if we're looking for something like marketing automation, if they have marketing automation in their company description, then they might be a better fit for us, right? As an example. So I'm gonna prompt it. So provide me with a list of 5 keywords that would indicate a good fit to work with Casted. In this case, we would find these keywords based on the technology that they typically use or in their company description. Okay, cool. So these keywords would align with companies like Cheetah Digital that seek enhanced content management and engagement solutions. All right, sweet. So now that we have a couple of data points, let's go back to our board and enter it in. So best case study, we're going to say, call it Cheetah Digital. We'll just so just include that link there for some research purposes. So ideal customer. See if this will look okay in here. Looks pretty small at this point, so we'll just break it down. Enterprise marketing focused. What else was it? 500 plus. +500 employees, US based for this purpose, even though it's global. Let's see what else we got. They do some kind of content creation. All right, so this is still pretty broad, but that's all right because Clay has a pretty cool little tool that they have in here, and it's called lookalikes. So we'll go in a table, and then we're going to find some companies. So build your dream company list. So what we can do here is just start from lookalikes. So we're actually just going to take the Cheetah Digital domain and use this as our lookalike audience. And then, you know, we want to select company size 500 to 1,000. Let's just see what it gives us for now. And we want them to be based in the US. All right, so it looks like we got almost 3K results. Pretty cool. So it's consulting, advertising, IT, software development, so CRM. IT solutions. All right, so like this is a good use case because some of those look like they would work, some of them do not look like they would work. So now that we have this list, refresh it. All right, it's giving us 50 rows, but it'll load over time. So now we have our ICP, so we'll build a scoring model. So all right, so help me build a scoring model based on this ICP. So here you go. Right, this is just an example. So it's basically saying, okay, how would you score if it's relative to the industry, the company size, the tech stack, content strategy, geographic presence, right? So we're already doing US based, so that's not relevant. We're already doing company size, so less relevant. I'd say the industry keywords are going to be important here, and then technology stack. So that'll be definitely something we want to prioritize. So this thing talks about marketing automation. So let's do some digging and see what they might be using. So you can go to a tool like Apollo, and I'm even just going to throw their domain in here, and then perhaps they can tell us what types of technologies they use. All right. All right, so they got 33. All right, so they're using HubSpot, marketing automation. They're using LinkedIn marketing, potentially Salesforce, Wistia, YouTube, Pardo. Okay. So pretty simply, we can just, to simplify this, we'll just build the list, assuming they need to have HubSpot, right? So if they're focused on marketing automation, it's likely that they're going to be leveraging some kind of tool that's similar to HubSpot. HubSpot's going to be the leader right now, at least in startups and in enterprise, and that's going to be a good bet. So if this company isn't necessarily using this tool, then they would not be considered a good fit. So let's add an enrichment. So this one's just going to be a built with enrichment. So that's find technology stack. And this is going to just cost 2 per row, which is fine. I'm going to do 10 here. And so you can like sort for specific technologies, or you can just run the whole technology scrape, and then it'll give you everything. So let's just continue to fields. We'll enter these. Save and run 10 rows. Okay. So this is finding quite a few technologies. Let's see about this one. All right, it's got a lot too. So it's not going to pull through because apparently it's too big for the cell, which is fine. We will just do a lookup against that anyway. So it's queued. Now technology is going to be our first like score. So our algorithm will include one HubSpot exists, and then the next one, let's see what we got here. Okay, so like if they have something related to content, all right, so give me more keywords relating to content, which could be included in a company description. So, okay, now those are all good. I'm going to do 2 different types of lookups. One, I'm going to just do a basic like lookup, does this exist, does this not exist, and then score. And then I'm also going to do a ChatGPT prompt, which will look up against the company description, and then it'll score it based on its own analysis. So I'm going to now prompt it. So analyze this company's description and output a score from 1 to 10 based on their likelihood of engaging in content-related activities, giving it the description, and then use the following keywords for evaluation, and then output only the score where 1 means minimal content activities and 10 means they engage in most of these content-related functions. Okay, so that's a good score. So they're saying the focus on utilizing proprietary data to understand customer speaks to a sophisticated approach to content strategy. And then they say powerful content is critical for connection in their description, so that gives them a high score. So that makes sense. I mean, this is a score of 7, so it's lower. IT solutions, thought leadership and strategic consulting, investment and support for MSPs, branded content. Yeah, so this is going to be on the lower end of the score. So really what you would want to do here is just continue to hone the prompt. Like, you get the idea. What I've done is just you prompt it, you see what it gives you the results, you make the adjustments accordingly, and gives you better result, right? So that'll give us some scores. And then I want to do a quick, just show you how you would specifically score it for the presence of HubSpot, right? So what I'm doing here is just a basic formula generator, and the formula that we want is going to be just created via AI. So we'll say if find technology stack, the technologies found contains HubSpot, then I want to give it 10 points. Otherwise, 0. Okay, so in this case, only these bottom 3 have HubSpot, so let's just confirm. There, so I'm seeing HubSpot here, so that makes sense. Let's see if this one doesn't have it. Yeah, so you're not seeing it in this list over here, so okay. Looks like it's validated. And so, all right, so you have your score of 10 here. You would have your related content score here. You would, at this point, you can just add them up, and that's how you prioritize them. So the next step would be to just break out the score here. So how you could do something like that. And with these AI formulas, you're going to just have to get creative and you understand some of the syntax. But let's try to break out just the initial number. Okay, cool. So basically saying, give me only the number after the colon in the content activity score response cell. So it gives us just the number here. So it's breaking out that first score. So as you can see, you got to just work that a bit. And then what you do here. So now we have a score and a score. So this will change from text to number, so we can actually add them up. We'll do a formula here. We'll say add up HubSpot and activity score number. Cool. And there you have it. You have your score. So you have this company here, Jive Software, 19 out of 20, 18, 17, and then these guys are all less than 10 because they don't include HubSpot. So that would be how you would want to prioritize the actual outreach from there. So you're going to have to go and find your list of relevant contacts and all that good stuff, but this is really the high level framework of how you want to do it. So going back to our Miro board, we'll say, okay, first step was using HubSpot, and then the next is going to be based on content related keywords, right? So you build your scoring model based on that, and then leads with highest scores get priority. Bang. So like, you shouldn't be wasting any time with companies that have low scores. Resource allocation, better conversions. Not only that, but if you're doing cold email, this is specifically going to help you increase your overall response rates, your reply rates, your interested reply rates, your conversions, and your meeting bookings are going to go up as a result of doing this. That's because if you cut rid of the fat and the okay leads and the people who may or may not buy, those people are going to be the least compelled to actually respond. So if you have more people who are responding to your emails, that means that you're just going to have better engagement rates, and the email service providers are going to look favorably upon you, and you're going to continue to get in the inbox. So it's really just a great thing to prioritize your leads by lead scoring. So that is how you do lead scoring. Hope you found this video useful. If you want to learn how to do this or have me help you do this, then feel free to book in some time below at levergrowth.io. I'll be happy to help you out. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.